So what is a Turk? The best person to answer that question is the inventor and adventurer Eric Bradshaw.
So a Turk is an alpine hut which is made out of a plastic water tank.
Hi, I'm Grant and I've come up here into the back country of the Southern Alps of New Zealand to show you through one of these unique alpine mountain huts. I actually got the chance a couple of years back when they were constructing these to talk with the inventor Eric Bradshaw, and here's a couple of grabs about his design and his inspiration and design for these alpine mountain huts called Turks.
I sort of was trying to dream up this idea of how to make a lightweight hut or a cheap hut for the mountains, and I'd thought of the concrete water tanks. Now these things have been around for 30 or 40 years, and I was thinking about along those lines, and then I suddenly thought, well, if you make it out of plastic as opposed to a concrete water tank, you then have a lightweight structure. So then I sort of Googled it and realised that, I wasn't the first person to dream this up. The Australians have been using them in some sub-Antarctic islands. I think I did them, to a whole new standard of quality and sort of luxury. When we built the first one, I was worried, because we didn't have all the consents, and I was worried about the building inspector getting a bit excited. So I didn't want to call it a hut. So, and equally, I was trying to come up with a name, and I was interested in yurts, because yurts are round. So I sort of thought, it's not a tank, it's not a hut, it's not a yurt, so it must be a Turk. Building huts in the alpine environment is very difficult. It's very high wind loading, you have a lot of snow, a lot of moisture problems. And the advantage of starting with a plastic water tank is you're starting with a material which is very good with water. And so as long as you keep the water on the outside, you're not going to have rotting problems, you're not going to have water being forced into little gaps and things. One of the advantages of a tank is it's a very aerodynamic shape. The coefficient of drag of one of these tanks is 0.63, whereas of a rectangular hut is about 1.1. So you actually have half the aerodynamic loading at a 300 km/h wind from a tank than you would on a normal square building. They're based around a 26,000 litre plastic water tank. It gives you a floor area of 9.8 square metres, which again is critical in New Zealand, because if you're below 10 square metres, you have various exemptions apply to the Building Act. And then, in essence, from a design point of view, you have this complete water tank, which is watertight. Then you just cut a door and a window into it and fit out the inside. So you kind of start with walls and a roof, which is your big building issue, is getting your walls and roof up. So it's important that the installation process is very efficient, because helicopter time's expensive. So we can basically fly them in 2 loads. We fly in the deck, the toilet and the foundation frame, and a couple of people. They position the foundation frame, we fly in the Turk, we put 3 tonnes of gravel in the base, put the floor in, job done. A Turk costs roughly $10,000. The most expensive component is the tank, which costs around $3,000. And from there on, it's plywood, the mattresses are surprisingly expensive. The foundation frame contains a fair bit of stainless steel, so that's a bit pricey. But yeah, the tank is the big one, and the rest is all sort of bits and pieces.
Firstly, a few stats about the Turk. It is made from a commercially available 26,000 litre water tank. It has an approximate 9.8 square metres of floor area. It has 4 bunks with removable custom-made mattresses. It also has an outside self-combustible toilet, or better known as a long drop here in New Zealand. Obviously it's not winter and it's a beautiful summer's morning here, and I came in on my mountain bike yesterday afternoon to show you through this Turk, which is called the Deep Creek Turk. First up, it's got this great little deck, which is a great place for taking off your boots and then sitting out in the evening to enjoy a cup of tea or something to eat. One of the other unique features of the Turks is that they all have a chair that you can either sit inside or bring it outside on nice evenings. There's also a small bench which you can also sit on or use for doing up your boots or ski boots in the winter. All the Turks also come equipped with a shovel for clearing snow in the winter. And they also have 2 freshwater tanks for drinking water, and this is collected through a small hose which is attached to the top of the Turks to collect rainwater. And then it's in through this double glazed door. Inside the Turk, one of the first things you'll notice is that it has this beautiful red felt which is lining the thin wood ply, which gives it kind of a nice texture and sort of breaks up the colour from being just all wood. Each Turk has the same configuration, which is these 4 bunks with a ladder leading up to the top 2. And included in each Turk are these custom-made mattresses which fit on each bunk. And over by the window we have a kitchen bench and storage area. Like all of the joinery in these Turks, they were custom made, obviously to fit the circular shape of the water tank. On the bench we have 2 hot plates for using for your stove for cooking your meals or a cup of tea. And then under the bench we have storage for the included pots and pans, knives and forks and cutlery. There's also even a coffee maker in this one if you bring some coffee grinds with you. There's also extra storage below for other odds and ends, including this pot for cleaning your dishes. Another unique feature about these Turks is they pretty much come fully equipped with a gas burner, cutlery, pots and pans, and this saves you, if you're travelling in the backcountry, obviously weight and space. And above the bench we have a bookshelf, and we also have a bit of safety equipment here. We have a carbon monoxide detector, a smoke detector, a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket should things get a bit rough. All the Turks have a solar panel, and this charges a 12-volt battery, which is then used to power the wee LED lights that are included in the Turk, which is fantastic for reading at night, and also it even has a USB charger. On the wall in the corner here we also have coat hooks for hanging up your jackets, and every Turk also has a unique piece of artwork. Another very clever feature included in the Turks is this removable table which can be stored under the bunks and then brought out and installed in the stairs as a table for eating your dinner or breakfast. And that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the tour of these very unique and pretty innovative alpine mountain huts. It's on my mountain bike and back out to civilization for a coffee. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.